Hello!
Hi!
It's been a while.
It has.
Sorry about that. It's the best I can say, really.
The world is burning.
Oh, but also, those of you who are probably not aware of who this is on my channel, all of a sudden, this is Arko, my fiance.
Hello!
That's a thing that happened, we'll get to that.
Yeah. If you can hear Mad running in the background, that's our cat child.
Which also is a thing that happened. That's...
You've never really addressed that either, have you?
No.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so I've been away from the channel for a bit. It's not intentional, it's never intentional. I don't ever mean to do it. But you had the idea that we should maybe just, like, get some Let's Play...
Get it together.
Get some stuff on the channel, even if it's, like, gameplay stuff of us just nattering over the top of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And a nice comfy game for both of us is usually any Final Fantasy from the PS1, but for me personally it's 7. So
I did try and get you to play 6 once.
You did, and that didn't go very well.
No.
I have trouble going backwards. But anyway...
It wasn't even that, it was hard.
It was hard, it was weirdly hard.
It was very hard, it's very difficult.
But yeah, so we're going to use like this intro just to sort of explain a few things about what's going on like behind the scenes in the channel. Since the last time I uploaded, I think the latest... it's been about 3 or 4 months since the last upload, but I don't think I actually mentioned anything specifically in any videos recently about the channel. It's mostly just been drawing videos.
Yeah.
So, something I could have easily checked beforehand, but yeah, that'd make me sensible and professional. But anyway, basically, from the last update video, which I want to say was in 2019.
Might be. I could look.
It was February 2019. I
It
think.
was. Oh.
Basically, we're no longer living where we were then. We've had to move back to somewhere else, like where we were before then.
We're not exactly there.
Not exactly there, but like more or less.
We're in some shared accommodation now.
That being nothing shorter than I gave it credit for.
That's been partially why it's been so difficult for you to record.
Yeah,
is because
we have to sort of balance who's here and who's not and when and all that.
Yeah, we've got 4 adults and a cat living in a 2-bedroom flat.
Yeah.
So
it's been a bit, but
and one of them isn't even an adult. Like she's a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is our niece. We're not just creepily living with a teenager.
No.
Like. I realise how that sounds.
But yeah, so that's more or less like the reason why it's been so hard for me to put any like videos together lately. Is just I can't really figure out when and where I'm good to record, and yeah. But also, a lot of the time I feel like I want to do it and then I just can't. I'm not sure what that's about.
Yeah, I mean, if we're real, I've sprung this on you and bullied you into it before you could think about it too much, didn't I?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
while I was dyeing my hair.
It's actually quite late at night, like way later than we'd normally go for this sort of thing. But yeah, so we had the whole having to move thing. We've had the time to adjust. We've been here about what?
A year.
A year now, yeah.
Yeah. But in that year, the world has set itself on fire.
Oh god, yeah. And then 2020 just happened all over us.
Literally, in the case of early 2020 and it being Australia, and you may be able to tell from our accents we're in the UK, and the UK ain't doing so hot right now.
The UK is a hotbed for the plague right now.
If I could just ask you to put one image representing the UK up on the screen, it will be a dumpster fire.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's a whole mess.
Yeah.
So we're having some escapist fun.
Yeah, we're just going to sit and natter over video games.
Yeah.
Which is something we used to do on an old channel, which doesn't exist anymore, I don't think.
No longer exists. I don't
Or at least I think it doesn't exist.
I think the Twitter account still exists.
It might do.
Yeah.
I might still have access to that.
We used to work under Arch and Arko.
Yeah.
And then we stopped updating that, and she got more into the
drawing videos.
Drawing videos, and
I wanted to focus on my own channel for a bit.
And I didn't have the energy to focus on anything for quite some time.
I mean, I get that a lot.
Other than stress, which is also part of the reason we wound up moving where we moved. I'm much less stressed now.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit more relaxed now. Yes. Like, where we were living before wasn't helping.
It was not ideal.
Like you for your own reasons, me for my reasons, like, it just wasn't... It wasn't great.
No.
But we're actually quite chill where we are now. Like, we're living with my brother, so that's all good.
Yeah. So we chose to play 7. We spent probably about an hour backwardsing and forwarding over what we would talk over.
We knew it was going to be a Final Fantasy of some...
We did know, because G wanted to update you guys, and
I can play this in my sleep.
he can play this in his sleep, and has done. I've watched him do it. But the other thing was, if I didn't sit here and do a video with you, I don't think you were going to do one.
Not tonight, no. Maybe at some point in the new year.
Maybe,
which
yeah,
is
but
sooner rather than later.
That could have been, like, December in the new year, knowing you.
Knowing me, yeah. Like I said, I never intend to do it. It's just I get these like blank spots in my mind where it's like I could be doing something, and then I just never can think of what until it's been a few months.
Yeah.
Like it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like I don't think
being neurodiverse is a real fun thing.
It's an absolute B word.
It is. I held my tongue.
Yeah. Well done.
I'm impressed with myself.
But yeah, no. To get into that, like I think we actually tried to record a thing a while back. Like.
Yeah, like when the Final Fantasy VII remake came out.
Right around about there, yeah.
Around then,
we tried to record a thing.
Yeah, we had that, and we had the new Animal Crossing.
And it was going to be our update video then, but this was like back in April or May time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, things have slightly altered since then.
Back in that early time during the first kind of UK lockdown, where we were like, we're going to be super productive.
Yeah, we're going to have so much time to do stuff. It's like, oh, but it's been 10 months now. Please stop.
Actually, the pressure of a global pandemic isn't so great for productivity.
It's not. It's actually super detrimental.
Especially if you don't have a whole lot of it anyway.
Yeah.
So.
And with us specifically, you know, you've got depression, I've got depression.
We've all got depression.
And anxiety. I'm not sure what you're like for anxiety. I think you probably do have it.
I do. It affects me differently to you.
Not to be an armchair, like, psychiatrist.
No, you did just out me to YouTube, though, so thanks for that.
Well, sorry, but
it's okay.
did it myself first.
It doesn't make it better.
But I was going to...
To be fair, no. I was going
to say, like, that doesn't help the situation. I am
very open about my mental health. So
I'm not so much, but I figured like it's easier just for you guys to know that this is going on with me, so that if there's ever like a weird little break, it's not because I've died or something. It's usually because
if I'm still posting, he's fine.
I'm in like a weird place and I don't know what to do with myself.
If we both stop posting, that's a concern.
Yeah.
We tend to take it in turns, breakdowns. So, yeah. But anyway, FF7. We're obviously playing the buffed up, polished version for the PS4
because it's probably my favourite version of it.
Yeah, because it works really well. The models look really good.
Yeah.
I like it, I do.
We were umming and ahhing about playing the remake, and then I was like, well, if we didn't want to like do like 7 or 8, because it seems weird to go in a mixed up order, then maybe we should just do 7.
Oh, you meant you don't want to go 8 or 9. You said you don't want to go 7 or 8.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay. It'll make sense when you listen to this back and you go, oh.
When I have to listen to how stupid I am.
Yeah. How do I guess?
But yeah, so yeah, we just opted to play 7 first. I don't know if that means we're gonna like play in like any kind of sequential order or whatever. But
to be fair, we have.
If
we're being completely honest with you, we have tried to play. Let's Play 7 probably about 4 or 5 times in various ways.
We get like 3 or 4 episodes in, and then we stop.
Yeah, we played it on when it was the PS3 version before it was this version.
That was a good version.
It was
except for the weird like, graphic glitches that
happened. Exactly the same. Yeah, apart from that one where the screen went all red and that was terrifying.
Yeah, it looked like you went to hell all of a sudden.
You can post a picture of that up as well.
If I can find a picture of it, I'll
post
it up because it is weird.
You used to get it at like 3 AM and I was asleep as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
You were like, oh no, we're haunted.
And that stuff ruins me. It will make me not sleep for a day or 2.
Yeah, which is not something you need anyway because you very rarely sleep anyhow.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that's the reason we decided to play in this order. So I've been on at G to play 9 for actual years.
And I'm not against it. It was always just a case of trying to find the time.
Yeah. So yeah, we're playing 7, and then hopefully if we can get to the end of 7, which I really feel like that should be like.
That should be a goal for this.
It should be like our New Year resolution.
2021, the year we actually finish a Final Fantasy game on a
Let's Play for YouTube. Yeah.
And I obviously want. I say obvious. It's not that obvious. But I would like to get more like gameplay stuff out there. Like I've told you obviously in the past that I would love to do more stuff like the Dark Souls Deathless run. Not necessarily like Deathless again because that was a terrible idea.
No, but like gimmick runs.
But the editing style for that kind of video, where I go through a whole area as an episode and it's cut together for the more interesting parts, I liked that. So I'd love to do more of that. Obviously, drawing videos are going to come in the future. I just need to decide what I'm going to draw. And yeah, I've always got plans for stuff I want to do. It's just
he never writes them down.
I never write them down. And it's also a case of trying to motivate myself to actually do them.
Yeah.
Oh, I just realised what I'm doing. I wasn't paying any attention.
You were telling when the tail was out.
It's fine. They're gonna live. They're gonna have the limit breaks. It's all good.
You did it wrong.
It's a plan. A PLAN.
They even nod to this in the remake. You did it wrong.
It's fine. It just means I get to hammer on the limit breaks now.
Okay. Yeah. So in other gameplay, we have also been playing other video games.
Oh yeah, we
games.
play video games every so often.
We do. You have been playing RimWorld.
Lately, I mean, I know I'm a bit late to that party. Like, it's been out for a while, but I've been enjoying that. Like, whenever my colonists actually manage to survive longer than a week, it's nice. I'm terrible at it, but that's because I'm new to it. I don't really know all the systems in and out yet, but I will do eventually.
I will do.
If not, I'll just download mods that make it easier on me.
Sounds like you.
And you've been playing a lot of Monster Prom.
I've been playing so much
1
Monster
and 2
Prom.
lately.
It is not healthy.
Like so much Monster Prom.
not
It's literally like if you're awake, you're playing Monster Prom.
Yeah, I haven't played all day today actually.
Yeah. Was wondering about that.
Yeah. Why haven't I been playing it? No, it's fine. I was going to draw today, that's why.
To be fair, it's a lot of like our favourite sort of things all mashed up into one thing. Like,
there's
like the artwork's great,
no
the humour's
spoilies
great.
here. Like the humour is so spot on, and like the references in the humour actually kill me. They're so funny.
One of the co-writers is my favourite author, so that helps.
Yeah, Corey O'Brien.
Yeah, and a lot of like high-profile YouTubers are like the voices in it and stuff. It's all good.
Which I didn't realise on my first playthrough.
No.
I was like, that guy sounds familiar.
Yeah.
And then, but it's really good. And there's also, it's not just YouTubers now, they're now getting in other voice actor talent and things like that.
Yeah. Like, as it grows as a thing, you can't just rely on purely YouTube talent.
It is really nice, though, because although it's really big, like, I was on the Discord server the other night, and it's still a really tight little community. It's really sweet. Everyone's... it's super supportive. It's adorable.
Yeah.
There's, like, different channels on there. Like, there's a whole channel on there for just venting about being in isolation and stuff. And at this point, so many people are on their own. It's just really nice to see. And
some
there's
nice solidarity.
Yeah, it's so chill. It's probably one of the most chillest... Most chillest. The childerest fandoms I've seen for quite some time.
Yeah, like fandoms tend to grow a little
and it's just,
intense
it's
lately.
just all about trying to bang monsters, and all these monsters do horrible things, and they're always describing horrible things, and I don't understand how it's become as great and as wholesome as it is.
Like, it's incredible how wholesome a dating sim about monsters can be.
Yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, I really enjoy it. And like, obviously, I think at the moment, I mean, you won't know this, but if you logged into Steam at the minute, the #1 review that's been recently left is someone who played for 10 minutes and is demanding their money back because of people pushing their agenda, just because you can romance literally any character you please.
Yeah. As any
character you want, and if you don't want a gender, you don't have to have one, and it's good.
It's inclusive. It's not, it's not even a big deal, really, is it? Like, it's a barely noticeable change.
It is so chill. I mean, there's a few
once
characters...
you pick your character, you more or less don't even see them outside of their little, like,
You don't, but they make it really careful, like, in the dialogue to refer to you as, like, the correct pronouns.
Oh, yeah. Like, if you pick the pronouns, and like, because whenever we play, I pick they.
Yeah.
Just because I prefer that one.
Yeah.
It works better.
Yeah.
Less of a headache that way.
Yeah. And, I mean... being able to thirst after any of the characters and that be completely accessible to me as a bi girl is incredibly.
After the sort of games that we've played in the past, you know, like
Mass Effect.
Yeah, Mass Effect, Dragon Age Origins, anything with like a romance option, it's like, no, this character is singled out specifically for only male characters. And I've never forgiven you, BioWare. Never forgiven you. FemShep should have been able to sleep with Tally, I'm just saying.
It sounds weird now.
It sounds weird knowing that our cat's called Tally.
Our cat's called Tally.
Spelt the same and everything.
Spelt the same because she is named after that character in Mass Effect.
She was my favourite
Jeeve
character.
does not wish to point at the cat.
Absolutely not.
We should make that distinction.
We should make that very distinct. We should make it very distinct that I do not want to point at the cat.
I'm being so careful with my language.
I know you're being very careful with your language, but the things you're still saying...
What do you want people... Oh, you named your cat after the character that you wanted to get with in Mass Effect? That's weird. Well, I feel like I have to draw the line. Also, you asked me about Monster Prom. That's the whole game's MO.
I love that we've spent this entire time not even really talking about FF7 like we always do, every time we do this.
If you're watching us play 7, and you are looking at it for the first time, watch someone else. I'm so sorry.
Like
I love you.
You'll notice that I'm actually barely even reading the dialogue.
It's because it's imprinted into his brain.
Yeah, I literally know this game backwards.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. There's just a few, like, subtle nuances to the story that I never pick up on, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. You do that with most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the one that... Most recently, I was like, oh, it's this. And you were like, wait, what?
Oh, God. Would it have been a Final Fantasy?
Definitely.
I know you had to tell me that Jessie had the hots for
That
Cloud
was it, yeah.
until the remake happened.
Yeah, I was like, no, Jessie was into Cloud. And you were like, no, she wasn't. And I was like, she was, babe.
Yeah, I never picked up on it because written it doesn't really show that much for me.
You also, like, when you're going up the tower, you're just like, oh, Jessie's on the floor, better run past her. And it's only in the remake where they really hammer it home that you were like, oh, maybe that was...
Yeah, like...
was true.
The player engagement in the remake actually sells it a bit better. Like, a lot of people probably...
You just don't have the attention span.
A lot of people actually don't like that aspect of it.
What, how it basically
they
tells you what's
think
going on.
she's thirsting too hard for him. And I'm like, what do you want her to do?
Can girls not be thirsty? Is that
apparently
not okay?
girls can't be thirsty.
Oh, dang. That's my whole vibe out the window.
But, yeah, but we're probably going to end up talking about a lot of stuff to do with, like, how it's handled in the remake as opposed to...
Yeah, definitely.
Especially in these first, like,
and then we'll forget all
few
of that,
bits,
and then
because,
we'll play the remake.
You know, we'll be out of Midgar in, like, a couple of hours, and in the remake we'd still be there a few days later.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
Which is actually one of the selling points.
I feel like another thing that we should sort of mention is our PlayStation is...
It's a bit temperamental at the moment.
I was going to say fragile. But yes, it's...
I'm not...
It's crashed and taken everything with it.
Yeah, I'm
twice.
not sure how many people are aware of this, but there was a recent update for the PS4 that for some people it worked perfectly fine. You know, like my brother managed to install it.
The thing is, we were
and
one
fine.
of them. Like the second time around. The second time around, we were absolutely fine.
Yeah. But the first time round, it just bricked our console entirely, and we had to do a factory reset, and we lost everything.
Excuse me.
Do you want to take over?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna end up fighting, aren't I? Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. The cat insists on being in the sink.
Part of our business.
Oh,
you don't want to do? You don't want to play?
No,
Okay.
I don't.
Anyway, I'm back on controller now.
7 is not my game of choice. I like 7. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
I do like 7, but 9's my favourite.
I can understand why some people wouldn't like 7, but personally, like I think I've always said it basically. 7 isn't my favourite Final Fantasy, but it's my favourite game.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Personally, it's just because like 7 brought all of this like great stuff with it. Like it's not just like, you know, the RPG like storytelling and the menu based like gameplay. It's
it was one of the first of its kind to be this way.
Yeah, there was the mini games. There was the odd little bits here and there they had you do. Like I just enjoy all of it, especially the Jacobo mini game.
Don't even think about it, you.
Anyone familiar with this channel knows knows that I like the Jacobos.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
You've never mentioned it.
No, never, not once.
Never.
But not like I was going to script and record an entire video about why there should be a Jacobo breeding game.
Sorry, don't cry.
But yeah, no, like 7 is just my favourite game, but not my favourite Final Fantasy. My favourite Final Fantasy is 9. But I'm not, like...
9's
that's
pretty
it.
great.
9 is just great.
9's great.
It's got basically all the other stuff I love about Final Fantasy games. It's got like...
9's great, and I will fight you.
It's got a good style, it's got a good setting, it's got a great story.
Mm-hmm.
Just mechanically it falls down a bit more.
Why?
Just because I don't particularly like how it handles shared EXP, and I don't like how it handles learning abilities from items.
Yeah, but you love 8's junction system.
I love 8's junction system, but that's a situation of the menu based like gameplay and all the mechanics only serving to make you way too strong, you know. Whereas in 9, if you want to become overpowered early, there's not really many options.
So you don't like 9 because you can't become overpowered early, is what you're saying.
I mean, you can. You technically
but you don't
can,
have enough options to want to do that.
But the options are usually just grind with a whole like handful of weapons that you've got to get all these like different skills, or play the Chocobo Hot and Cold minigame. That's it. They're the options.
I really loved how much...
Whereas in 8, you can become overpowered before you even fight Ifrit.
There's a lot of detail in 9 that I really appreciate, like a lot of hidden bits and pieces that you can just not do.
It had a
like an entire
wonderfully
location.
fleshed out world.
You know, there's an entire location that you just do not need to go to.
Yeah, it's a handful of them. In fact, like a lot of optional stuff is in that game.
No, but I mean the actual like town.
Okay.
Like Daguerre is completely.
I forget what Daguerre is.
It's the one where it's basically a big library, and you have to like fill different chambers, and
See, I don't remember
you
that
get
very
like
well.
the Stellacio coin from there, and you fight. Oh god, what's his name?
Is it the book guy?
Something Jack?
Or is the book guy's Alexandria library, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, you fight the guy like literally right at the beginning, Alleyway Jack. Is that his name?
Oh, Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Oh, Daguerre. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Sorry, I couldn't remember what it was called for a second
Yeah,
there.
Daguerre.
Like I didn't remember that was its name.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I really like that place.
Because that's how you get Save the King or Save the Queen
yeah.
2 or something like that. Or Excalibur?
Excalibur.
No, Excalibur 2 is...
It's where you get Steiner's secret weapon.
Yeah.
And you have to get there in a certain amount of time.
No, it's not.
No?
I got that one. That one's like right at the very end of the game.
Right.
You have to get there within
But his second
10 hours, I want to
best
say.
one you can get from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of hidden stuff in 9.
Yeah, I love
Plenty
9.
of hidden stuff.
I love 9.
Like, I love 9 as well.
I mean Ozma.
Oh, God.
You know, he sucks, but it's kind of great that he's there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great having a learning AI as a boss.
Very clever considering it was 1999/2001.
That's the thing, like, learning AIs weren't particularly hard to program as far as I'm familiar with it, because it's basically just like, it just takes what you put into it and goes, okay, they do that, and then it remembers that, and that's it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry guys, didn't do one. Not to say that 7 doesn't have its fair share of secrets.
Oh god, it has plenty of secrets.
The thing about 7 is, for a long time I was unaware of which secrets were actually secrets and what were glitches.
You mean like the optional characters and such?
Well, no. I mean that's hilarious in and of itself,
Yeah.
because
Then-
they're not really that optional, and also
Oh, I say
They're
they're not optional.
canon
They
now.
are optional, but like, yeah, they have
they're
effectively
canon now.
become
They've
canon.
become woven into the integral.
Like, it is going
story
to be
of it.
interesting to see how the remake, like the following remake parts are going to handle those characters.
Yeah, because realistically, Yuffie is next, really.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
Like, she should be the next character we get.
So obviously, in the remake, it only goes to the end of Midgar.
I really want to know how far they're going to go with the next part of the remake.
I don't think they know yet.
Because, let's see, you get Yuffie, then you go... What's the Soul,
Got Yuffie's theme song.
and then it would be Gold Saucer, and that would be Kate Sith. So if they manage to get us to the Gold Saucer, that would probably be like...
I am just going to say it's pronounced Tashi.
I know.
And
But I've always called him Kate Sith. Most people watching this probably know what I mean by it.
which is really frustrating because you're
I'm
Scottish.
half Scottish, I know.
Can you not, please?
If you can hear any sort of light breathing or tiny footsteps, that's the cat.
It's not me.
Oh, let's go.
Best girl. Moment of silence for Tifa.
Moment of silence for Tifa. Best girl.
Collective sigh.
First video game crush.
Yeah, for so many people.
For a lot of people, yeah.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm just watching the cat try and destroy everything I love.
But baby, I'm over here.
You saying she doesn't bite you?
She does bite me. She bit me.
Oh, I gave Tifa the flower vaccine. Now what?
Now we're not going to go on a date with Barrett.
Well, we probably still will, but like, I'm not aiming specifically for it, so it's not a big deal. Like, I feel like it's actually a massive like stumbling block for me anyway. Like anytime we try and do this, like the last couple of times we tried to record this, I set myself the goal of trying to remember my guide off by heart.
I don't know why.
I know, and it never goes well. I always forget at least one part.
Like the first part. Like giving Tifa the flower.
That's not even the first part.
No, I know.
And I already screwed that up.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to Jessie again on the train.
No.
So yeah, I don't know who we're going to end up going on a date with. It's probably going to be Tifa.
This section, like this little area,
yeah, this was completely absent
in the
remake.
It's
weird.
like you're not allowed to go downstairs.
And I wish we could. I want to know what this would have looked like in the remake.
Me too. I wanted to see it, and
like you get to see people go into the basement with the pinball machine, but that's it.
And the cool thing is, they have made so many other areas.
Yeah.
That existed in this, like they've made it work.
And they've made so many areas that we didn't go to.
And this one little room, they were like, do you know what? No, absolutely not.
Like by this point in the remake, we'd probably still be in the reactor. That's how much they sort of fleshed out bits of it.
Yeah, I mean it's cool though, because like what it means is they take a lot of like the character stuff that happens, and they put it upstairs, like in the bar.
Oh yeah.
Which is great. Also, Cloud has fewer meltdowns and tantrums in the remake, which I like. Like he's a bit of a sulky emo boy, but he's not constantly like outbursting like I was a soldier.
Yeah, that's another thing that I really find interesting about the whole remake versus the original thing is our interpretation of Cloud for the original hasn't changed, even though we've now got the context of the remake. Like, it's just weird to me. Like, because Cloud comes across as this dorky, like, try-hard in the remake, and it's wonderful. I love every bit of it.
Yeah.
Like, every time he's trying to act cool, and people just, like, go,
call
what?
Him out on it, like...
they don't even call him out on it. They just respond in a way he wasn't expecting, and that's it. He's completely flustered for the rest of the conversation.
Yeah, like the whole bit in the, where Barrett's asking him...
How old he was.
He's asking him how old he was.
Oh, actually, yeah, okay, yeah, it's the other way around. My bad.
And Cloud's like, oh, I'm first, and he's like, you're an idiot.
Like, Cloud's like,
He just doesn't have a response for it, it's really funny.
Like, he doesn't know how to react to, like, actual human conversation.
Yeah. Everything in his brain is, like, obviously a fantasy, so it's...
But he's still, like I said, he's just this weird, like, just try-hard, like, egotistical little guy.
Yeah, and it makes me laugh because I knew so many people who wanted to be like him because they thought he was cool.
He's so full of his own hype, and it's great. But like this version of Cloud in the original just comes across as, like you said, like this weird sulky emo boy.
Yeah, poor baby. Aww, his little ponytail.
I loved that they included his little ponytail in the remake.
Is it because you had a little ponytail?
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
You had a ponytail.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember your ponytail?
Oh, actually, yes, now I do.
Oh my god.
It took me a while.
You had blonde highlights.
Yeah, that was like over a decade ago.
Yeah, I know. I was there.
You say you had blonde highlights, like I don't accidentally have some already.
That was my bad. That was my bad.
Lockdown made us do some weird things to my head.
I was doing my roots, and he came in the bathroom.
No.
And I attacked him. Okay, I lured him into the bathroom.
You asked me to go in there.
I was like, hey baby, look, come here, check. I'm gonna put some bleach in your hair now.
You sound like some sort of weird deviant. Like, I was in the bathroom and then he came in.
I mean, you are a weird deviant.
I'm not.
I'm not gonna let the internet think I'm different. What are you gonna do to me?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You're gonna do the next episode by yourself?
No.
Yeah.
Unless someone want to watch, like, if you want to watch half an hour of silence.
You can do the next episode with the cat.
They don't want to hear the cat.
Mm. Speaking of next episode.
We should probably like call it here.
Yeah.
For this one. And we'll see you next time.
Yay.
Yeah.